Welcome to the CHCH Newsmakers podcast. I'm your host, Rick Zamperin. If it is making news in Hamilton, Halton, and Niagara, across Canada, around the world, rest assured I'm going to be tackling it on Newsmakers. And after wrapping up sold-out tours in Australia, New Zealand, and Europe, YouTuber, podcaster, stand-up comedian Kurtis Conner is set to take his talents across North America, including a stop in Toronto this fall.
Canada. I'm finishing off my world tour right here in my home country. I'm going to Vancouver, Ottawa, Saskatoon, Regina, Winnipeg, Calgary, Edmonton, Montreal, and I'm taping another special in Toronto. And tickets to those shows are available right now.
With more than 5 million subscribers, over 1 billion views, and a knack for making people laugh out loud, Conner's star has never been brighter, and he joins us on Newsmakers. Hello.
Hello. How's it going?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm awake. I'm wide awake, actually.
I feel your pain. I feel your pain. What's a normal day like for you?
Well, I wake up at like 7:30. Depends when my dog Kiwi gets me up.
Shout out to Kiwi.
Shout out to Kiwi. Yeah, he loves this podcast, by the way.
He's the number one fan. He's the only fan, but he's the number one.
He loves it. I get him up and I take him pee and poo, and then
and you're off to the races.
And then we're off to the races. Yeah, I feed him. He goes back to bed, and then I stay up and I try to read in the morning, which is always good.
Okay, is this like news stuff? Are you reading a novel? What are you reading?
Yeah, I read. I hate reading the news. I don't like nonfiction stuff. I read. I'm heavy into. Are you familiar with Brandon Sanderson?
No.
He's a fantasy. He writes a lot of fantasy novels, so I'm reading the Stormlight Archive right now. I'm on book 4, so I'm reading a lot of that, which has been great. It's good to read words and get the brain moving, and then I'll get to work. Usually it's YouTube stuff, so I got a script or film or edit or a combination of all three, and then that's pretty much it. Go for a walk with my wife and my dog during the evening, and then go to sleep.
Yeah. And
then do it all over again. So it's very, and then if I'm on tour, it's a very different routine. But but for the most part, it's a very, boring.
Some would think.
Yeah, but I love it. I love it so much. Yeah. Just me and my wife, we get to hang out at home, and it's the best. I'm very, very blessed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is a pretty cool gig, and not every day is different because the content is different, right?
That's true. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, it's some videos are more intensive and require me to do weirder things or more physical things or travel for it. Right. But for the most part, my regular, just commentary videos, I'm just sort of in my office talking to a camera and that's it. But
there's going to be a lot of fans who are clearly familiar with your work and who you are. There's going to be some who are going to be watching this or listening to this think, I don't know who this person is, but now I'm going to do some investigative work and see who Kurtis Conner is. Maybe check out the show. Of course, in Toronto and across the country, we're going to get to the Goodfellow World Tour that's happening. You've already been around the world, and now you're back here in North America. But just back to the behind-the-scenes thing in terms of, selecting that content. Is it you? Is it a team? How does that work?
Well, any content for my main channel, that's all me. In terms of the creative, that's just me. Obviously, I've had it's good when you get to a size where you have fans that will they'll see something online and be like, oh, this is weird. I think it'd be funny if Kurtis made a video about this, and then they'll send it to me. And then I've actually a lot of my videos have been made from just people sending me ideas, which is great. But also a part of the job is also just being chronically online. So I am just scrolling all the time, and so I'll see stuff that is just weird, or and I have a working document that I'll always add to, where I have maybe 10 to 20 ideas on the go all the time, where I'm I kind of just have to kind of try to prioritize which, because some videos also are very topical and I need to do them a specific month, because if I wait a little bit, then it'll be old news and people are why are you why are you even talking about this? This was so long ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. Stuff moves so quick now too. It's it's tough to be on top. So I think it's good to find those ideas that are kind of evergreen, where you're I can make this whenever and it'll be good. And those are few and far between, but I think when you have a good idea where you're just like, oh, this is
Right.
this is one that I'm really excited about just to like really work on. But yeah. But then for my podcast that I do, really good. It's like I have a podcast producer that I work with, and we brainstorm ideas and like current events that we see and we talk about. So yeah, but for the most part, for the main channel, that is that's all my noodle up here.
And which is a vast space of goodness, because there's a lot of amazing things that you've done on the YouTube channel. One of the recent ones I watched was the time machine. You like there was a time machine that you invested in, and it didn't quite go according to plan.
Yeah, that was such a fun one. That was another video I had an idea that I was like, as soon as I was like, oh, that's so funny. I that'll be one that I could do whenever, and it'll be hilarious and a good time. Yeah, no pun intended, I guess. But because the premise of the video was, I was watching Napoleon Dynamite on tour, and there's a scene in that movie where Napoleon's Uncle Rico, he's a man who's very trapped in the past. He's like obsessed with his high school football career. So Uncle Rico and Napoleon's brother Kip, they order a time machine online, and it's like this cheap, like crappy looking thing. And then the scene basically ends with Napoleon like electrocuting himself with a time machine. Yeah. And I was like, that's so fun. I've always loved that scene, but then like when I watched it on tour, I was like, can you actually do it? Like, can you actually buy a time machine online? Right. So I was like, that just like led me like down a rabbit hole where I was just like looking up everything. And like, I expected it to be like maybe 25 minutes tops for the video, like maybe half hour. But then like once I got into like the thick of it, and I was like learning all this stuff about time travel, and I was like, it is so like that video easily could have been like 6 hours long. I think it was like, I think the runtime is like 55 minutes, but that could have been so much longer, because it was like the stuff I had to cut that I was like so just like blown away by, but I just like, it didn't really fit just narratively, and it would have dragged a little bit. So I just like had to cut it. But yeah, you'd be surprised how large and like passionate the time travel community is, because it's like, it's not like, as far as we know, I talked to one person who has had like his name was Eric. He was very sweet man. He was like, he's an author, he's like a, just like chill guy, but he told me this story where he had like 2 separate times where he had these like weird instances with like these 2 people who were like 19 years apart, but they were the exact same. So it was like these weird, like just weird in like, I don't know anything. So I was like, I always come into these things where you're like, sure, I believe you. Like, who am I to be like, no, you're right. No, you're lying. Yeah. Like, what do I know? So I was like, I was just so fascinated by the whole community. So that was such a fun video to really work on. And I spent a lot of time on that one. And the feedback on that one was like really, really great. So that was one of my prouder ones, I think.
Yeah, creatively, I think it's because it's a really organic kind of thought that you had about, what about this? Could this work? How does it work? Right?
Yeah, because I'm sure we all have those when you watch a movie or you're going about your day. You're like, well, could that actually happen? And then you just like just keep going back to your regular life and stuff, right? But I think I'm in such a very like privileged and lucky position where I have those ideas, and I'm able to spend weeks of my life devoting to it and making something that people will actually watch. And it's it's really cool. So
in terms of making these videos on YouTube, and again, the handle is at Kurtis Conner.
Thank you.
It's I can guess that it's not done in an hour. Like this video we were just talking about is 55 minutes. Like it's intricate. How long does the average video take for you to put together and finally publish?
Oh man, I've been asked that question like a few times over the years, and I never know what to say, because each one is different for different reasons. Sometimes the filming just doesn't pan out the way you want. You have to reshoot stuff, maybe, or like maybe scripting will take a while. Sometimes the editing process is more extensive, but I feel like. Oh, and I'm also just bad at work. Like I'm also just like a bad worker.
You just take breaks. Like, you know what? I've had it. Let's take 5 here.
Sometimes I'll have a day where I'll have like the title of the video, like in a Word document. I'll have the title up top and like maybe an opening line. And I'll be like, that's actually pretty good for today.
Let's wrap it up here.
Yeah, there's some days where I'm just like, I can't, like, your brain just like, you can't really force your brain to like really, you have to kind of be in the mood. You have to like sometimes catch lightning in a bottle sometimes for that stuff too, in terms of scripting anyway.
Right.
So I would say the time travel one was probably like 4 weeks probably.
Really?
Yeah, it was just because that one especially it's different when I have like a deadline for a video, because then that's how long the video will take. Because I have to have it out. Yeah, I'll pull all-nighters if I have to, that's fine. But if I have, time to be like, this can go up whenever, I can take my time with it, then yeah, it's going to be at least like 2-3 weeks, because it's like the full script, filming usually is like another like couple of days, and then editing I take the most amount of time with, it's not like it's hard work, it just takes a long time.
Yeah, you gotta be precise, right?
Yeah, you just have to make sure the pacing is good and the jokes work, and and I also don't like feeling rushed too in the editing process, because then you miss out on stuff that could have been fun, or like, oh, I wish I could have done this, but I don't have time to really think of that or execute on it. So a couple weeks nowadays anyway, because back when I started, I could probably pump out a video in a week, but the videos I'm making now are much longer and more like in depth, because that's just what I enjoy doing. It's what I love watching too on YouTube. It's like I just love when people go down like crazy rabbit holes. So
long
like
form, really.
Yeah. So and I was always taught, like, one of the best pieces of advice I was ever given was like, don't try to write, or don't try to create stuff for an audience. Like, try to create something that you would want to watch. So that's what I do all the time. I'm like, if I saw a video of a dude about a time machine on the internet, I'd be like, dude, I'd be clicking that like immediately. So I was like, that was like the thought process, and pretty much the thought process in like behind any video I make. So
let's go back to the beginning. And you, by the way, you were born in the Toronto area. You grew up.
Yes.
Part of your formative years were in Hamilton. Yeah. Which is kind of cool. What do you remember of this city?
Oh man, a lot. I grew up on the mountain. I grew up around Garth and Stone Church area. Yeah. I remember a quick shout out to R.A. Riddell Elementary. Shout out Mr. McCaughey. He was the best. Nice. I moved here when I was just entering grade 6. So yeah, it was such a weird time. I didn't really know anything about Hamilton that much. But no, I mean, I grew up in the suburbs basically in Hamilton and Whitby, so it wasn't really that different. It was just the same, like, just kids like messing around outside and just like being idiots. But no, I had a great friend in Hamilton named Braden that we enjoyed the same stuff. We liked video games and, skateboarding and stuff. So Hamilton, I remember being like, more so being in like a teenager. Hamilton downtown, first trip down there was gnarly. It was pretty wild.
Yeah. What did you do?
There was a skate shop downtown called Flat Spot. I don't know if it's there anymore. I don't think it was there. Yeah. But there was a dude. We took the bus down from the mountain down to around Jackson Square, and me and Braden, we were walking out of the mall. We went in there for something. We came out, and this dude, who was like just disheveled, just like really going through it. There was something where he needed to deposit a check or something. It was 100% a scam. Yeah. But he like coerced my friend to go to his bank with him. So I was like, we're going to the bank with this dude who we just met on the street. Yeah. And then we go into his bank, and then I think he was trying to pull one over on us, I think. But it worked out in a way where like, I think my friend just like, he ended up with like an extra like $200 in his account. Really? So yeah, we went to the mall. We went to Lime Ridge, and we lived it up on that $200. Nice. So yeah, I don't know. That was a failed scam on that guy's part.
Yes, but he didn't think it out fully.
No, and that's the Hamilton experience, man. I also got banned from Lime Ridge Mall for a year.
What did you do?
Same friend, actually.
Braden?
Yeah. Shout out. Yeah, he's great. He has a barbershop here in Hamilton. He owns one now. Yeah, I think it's called Good Times.
Shout out to Good Time.
Yeah, shout out them. Shout out Braden. There was one time we were going to a party in high school, and Yeah, we were about to go to a party, and we needed, for some reason, we wanted like our own like shot glasses to bring to the party, which was super cool.
Bring your own shot
Yeah,
glasses.
we thought that was going to be so cool if we came up with our own novelty shot glasses. So we go to Spencer's Gifts, and you know, we're like 15, 16. We don't really have too much money, so we're like, what if we
already
just
blown the $200?
Exactly.
Yeah,
the well's dry. So, you know, we did the thing where we just sort of didn't pay for them, and we kind of stole them.
Oh, no.
And we got caught immediately. And we got in a lot of trouble. The cops showed up, and we got banned from Spencer's for life. I'm still banned from Spencer's. I go back there. They don't know. I got a mustache now.
This is pre-mustache.
This is pre-mustache. I'm a different guy. It's like those disguises. But yeah, I'm allowed to go back to Lime Ridge, which is great.
That's good.
You know, but I know I look back. I do love Hamilton. Sweet Paradise, you know, great.
Yes,
great,
one of my favorites.
So good.
Shout out Sweet Paradise.
Yeah, so bomb. But yeah, and my mom still lives in Hamilton, so I get to come back out here every once in a while. The show that I like tested out this new hour was actually at Theater Aquarius in Hamilton.
Yeah, my daughter went to that show.
Oh yeah,
she
nice.
said it was fantastic.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Thank God. But no, so that was great. That was cool to do that too, because I remember going to that theater and like, you know, going on for a field trip and drama class. So that was cool to do that.
Right.
But yeah, I love Hamilton. So always cool to come back. And this has been cool too, to be honest. CHCH, crazy.
Yeah. Well, we love having you here, to be honest.
Yeah.
So your whole, I guess, online career started with Vine, and Vine was the 6-second video kind of platform in which you had little bites of little things. And what prompted you to get on there?
Yeah, I started doing stand-up in like summer of 2013, basically when Vine kind of came out.
Okay.
And I remember like my sister was on there. I saw people starting to use it, and I was like, this is kind of fun, because like video sharing was like kind of new at that point. Like Instagram video was a thing, but like not really. And it was like especially short-term video, like short video, and just like the square format too was new. It was just it's crazy to think about now that, like, because that's such a thing now.
Yeah.
Back then, Vine was like really groundbreaking. So, and like the whole process of like you can edit things within it, like the whole thing it inspired that, I guess. So, and when I started doing stand up, I was doing very short jokes. It was like one-liners, like just set up, punchline, very short. So Vine kind of just like lent itself to that format, and I could do these short jokes effectively and like kind of make them even funnier, because you can add a sort of element to it that's not the same as, you know, just being like holding a mic and being like, so this is you know, it's like you can kind of create a scene in it, which is kind of made it a little more enjoyable. So I was really drawn to it. I had a blast. I put all my eggs in that basket, and then it went away.
Means, like, this is your new career, you're thinking?
I was like,
in addition to stand up?
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna be a Viner. Like that was the thing. I was like, I'm a Viner, and then who also does stand up. Like that was my thing.
Yeah.
And then because I just saw so much longevity in it, and then as we know now,
Vine went kaput.
Vine went like belly up.
Yeah.
They shut it down. So yeah, it was I was like, dude, I remember like crying. I was like,
really?
Like straight up. I was like, it's so embarrassing looking back at it, but I was like tearing up. I was like at work too, like when I found out, and I was like in the bathroom at my like serving job, and I was like, my whole life is over. Like, no, I'm never gonna have like, no one's gonna care about my shows anymore. No, it was so embarrassing.
Was this like an ugly cry?
No, it wasn't that bad. It was more just like, you know that feeling when you're like about to cry, and you're like, oh, I can't do this right now. So I was just like, well, I had to lock in, because I had like tables to wait. So I was like, but yeah, I was like, I remember like being very stressed, because obviously this was like a thing I was passionate about, I wanted to do, and I was like putting so much time and effort into it. So when it went away, I was like very nervous and scared. Started doing YouTube, and like I said on the morning interview, it wasn't working for a while. It was just like I just didn't really know what to do on YouTube. It was hard to find my footing, especially it was hard to find time to do it, because I was a full-time like office job, so it was hard to come home editing videos all day at work for the company that I was working for, coming home and then editing my own stuff. It was just like some days I'd be up until like 2 a.m. editing my own stuff, and then going to bed, waking up at 6, it was just like a lot. So it took so long for it to pick up, and then I had one video for some reason just hit the algorithm. Mm-hmm. I went to bed, it had like 2,000 views, and I was like, all right, not bad. And then I woke up and it had 600,000 views, which was more than I had ever had on any video prior. So I was like, I was like freaking out.
Yeah. What was the video?
Oh man, I think it was called Pointless Twitter Threads.
Okay.
Because there was a trend on Twitter at the time where it was like people would do it was like right when like people would start doing threads, and it was like skincare thread, and then it was like step 1, and it was like drink water, and it was like bruh, no, yeah, like obviously. Yeah. It was like the most basic stuff. So I was like, this is pointless content, it's like bad, and it was just the whole video too, if you watch it, I'm out of focus also. Like it's such a bad video. Like I'm not in focus. I don't even think I'm in focus like in the thumbnail of the video. But I think it was just like the thumbnail was like how to do like good skincare routine. Step 1, sure, yeah. Drink water. And I think that's just like a good thumbnail. I think that you see that, like, oh, I'm going to watch that. So I think that helped out a lot. And that video took off. So I was like, in my head, I was like, okay, you have a little bit of momentum, like a little bit of momentum
this
right
is
now.
Your shot, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I was like, I got to go hard as hell right now. So, I was like full like hustle bro mindset. I was like, I need to lock in. I need to make so many videos right now. So I just like kept making like a video every week or every 2 weeks. It was just commentary video, whatever I could think of. Yeah. And yeah, I think I had like around 150 or 200,000 subscribers. And I think I had like maybe 3 months rent like saved up in my account, and I was like, I have to like fully, because I was at the point where I was like, I know I can like really make better videos more consistently if I'm just not at an office all day, right?
Yeah.
And I felt bad because I was like, you know, sometimes I would do my own stuff at the office. I'm like, that's bad. I can't be doing that. So I was like, I gotta like just fully cut ties. I can't like half-ass both things. I have to full-ass one thing. So, yeah, I just kind of went all in. I had a meeting with my boss at the time, who was like now my like good friend. We go golfing all the time, which is funny. But I was like, before I even said anything, he was like, "You're quitting for YouTube, right?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I am." Wow. So yeah, he knew, I knew, and then I quit, and then. Worked out? Yeah.
I'd say it did, yeah.
Yeah, it worked out.
5.5 million subscribers and 1 billion views later, you're doing well.
It's crazy.
Was there a moment, you quit your job, you're in YouTube, you're doing your thing, was there a moment where you felt easy enough to convince yourself that, yeah, I've made it? Like, I'm good?
Oh, man.
Was that like a year into it? Was it like a couple months into it?
Dude, I don't know. I might have honestly felt that for the first time. I might have felt like that, like maybe like last year.
Really?
Yeah, wow. Maybe. I mean, like, I just feel like I talk to all my like Vine friends about this too. I've talked to them about this where it's like, I'm like perpetually I have like PTSD from it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, at any moment, this can go away. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm, like, well, I feel like once I hit 5 million subscribers, I was like, okay, I think
that's a nice round number.
Yeah, I think that's a good, you know, it's a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, I guess I'm like, you know, financially stable enough where I'm like, you know, I'm fine and everything, but it's still like, it took so long just to be like, all right, you know, like to take a break and take a breather, which was like a big issue for the first couple of years of just trying to be like, it was just go. Right, yeah. So I've been trying the past couple of years to just kind of like, you know, slow it down a little bit and just kind of
enjoy some of the rewards that you've earned.
Yeah, exactly. Try to enjoy stuff and like actually have vacations and stuff and not like be editing while I'm on vacation because it's not really a vacation, it's just work in a different part of the world basically. But so now I've been trying to do a little, it just, you know, just also just getting older too. It's just like, I just feel like, you know, in my 20s, I just had that fire in me, just to be like, just go. I'm just stay up late and just work through the night. And now I'm 31 and it's just like, I can't be doing that anymore. It's just like, I wait.
So mature.
I know. Yeah. You wake up some days and you're like, okay, my back hurts because I slept wrong. Cool. I was just laying down and my back hurts now. Yes. That's cool. Yeah. So I'm definitely, that was a sign for my body probably just to be like, how about we just like cool it for a bit? Yeah. But I feel like working in a creative field, I think people will relate to that. Just being like, I don't know what's gonna come next. I don't know what's happening or what I'm even doing next. So like, but yeah, that's what makes it fun and exciting at the same time. So yeah.
You do need a mental reset though, because you're always on. I used to host a radio show, and you're always thinking of content. You're always seeing something and thinking, "Wow, I can make something out of that." Right? Like it's right. A mental grind.
Yeah. Because you're like, "Oh, I got to write this down so I can talk about it tomorrow." Yeah. Or I had this thought. Maybe that's something I can talk about tomorrow. Yeah. So it is a weird kind of weird way to operate. So like you see something and you go, okay, yeah, that I can't forget that. So it's like, because I don't know if that's like I don't think that's a normal way to live.
No, I don't think so.
I feel like people just go through life and they just
they're like,
and they just on to the next thing. Yeah.
You mentioned financial stability. We don't have to get into the hard details, but is it more than you ever thought you would be earning in whatever job you thought?
Yeah. I mean, I never thought I mean, because most of my I didn't grow up. Obviously, like, my family was, like, I wasn't, like, rich by any means growing
Classic
up.
Middle-income
just
family,
middle-class family back when those existed, I guess. But, just middle-class family. And I never had to, like, worry about, like, food or anything. Like, I was, like, obviously pretty lucky to be, to be where I was at, but obviously never thought that I would, be able to, essentially go on a trip and not, just like worry about that, I guess. So I'm very, very lucky. I mean, especially with comedy, for the first like 5 years of doing comedy, I think I made like $40 maybe. I think like from comedy alone, just from like getting on a booked show and being like, oh yeah, here's like $20 for doing your thing. And the first time I got paid, I think I paid like $10 one time for a set, and I was like, bro, I'm rolling it. So anything more than that was just crazy. So yeah, again, I'm so lucky and very appreciative of where I'm at. So
certainly luck plays a part in it. Talent and hard work is also goes hand in hand. So kudos to you for living the grind and getting it done. But let's talk about the Goodfellow World Tour. You've taken this to Europe and Australia, New Zealand. It's coming back to North America. You're going to be in Toronto as well this fall. You got an American leg of it. What's the tour been like thus far?
It's been great. This is definitely the hour I'm most proud of. I feel much closer to it and more passionate about it also just because it's so personal. I just talk about more just like I feel like now that I'm like I think at the age where I'm like, I think I have, like when you're in your 20s, again, you don't really know anything. You're just like,
you're just kind of living.
Yeah, you just don't know. And I feel like I'm at the age now where at least I know like a little bit about what it's like to be alive.
Right.
And I've like had experience where I can sort of relay things I've learned in like comedic ways. And that's something I've really had like a good time with. And again, the feedback I've had from this hour has been great compared to my other ones. It's just been people just seem to connect with it more. And yeah, the shows have been great. The crowds have been awesome. Everyone's super supportive and great and just like super down to come out and just laugh and have a good time. The shows we started off in in the US. We did some shows in the States. Those were fun. That was last summer. And then we went to Australia and New Zealand earlier this year.
Okay.
I think.
It's all a blur, right?
Honestly, dude, it's so insane. So that was fun. I love Australia and New Zealand so much. Like if that flight was not 14 hours, I would go there like every month if I could. Like, I love the people out there. The energy is like so sick. Food's amazing. It's like the scenery is beautiful. Like I love everything about Australia and New Zealand. And that was great. And then we did Europe and UK. And that was the first time we've ever done shows out there. So people were just like so stoked for the shows.
Yeah.
Crowds were amazing. And just so nice and like just like so respectful. There were some cities where like the language barrier was like a little tricky.
Yeah.
But that was fun, just like even in itself, just to, because even like I knew it, the crowd knew it, so we were just like in it together. I was just like, this joke isn't going to work, but screw it, I'm just going to do it anyway. It's in the act, it's in the hour, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do my hour. So, but no, it was fun, and everyone I met, like after the shows and stuff, it was really cool. And we ended the tour in Milan, and that was our first time in Milan. My wife and I, my wife is Italian, her family's Italian, so we love going to Italy as much as we can. So we got to have a nice little vacation afterwards in Italy also, which was great. And so now we got 2 more legs, finishing off in the States, like on the West Coast, a little bit on the Midwest, and then Canada. Some Canadian cities I've never been to, which I'm stoked for. Going to Saskatoon.
Wow.
Like, what the heck?
Who goes to Saskatoon?
I know. Saskatoon, Regina, Manitoba. You know, we're going to Ottawa, Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver. So, we're going to go all over. So, I'm super stoked.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite venue that you've performed in? Whether it's this tour or other stand-up bits that you've done.
Yeah, I really love... I mean, the Beacon Theater in New York City, that was crazy. Because that's just such an iconic theater, and seeing like all the comedians who've performed there.
Right.
Well, that was insane. And it was just like a packed house, and I love New York. And like my wife was there, my friends... fiance was there, like just it was such a good time. And that theater was incredible. Chicago theater was great too, just because it was so huge and like just old and beautiful. There was one theater in I forget the name of it. It was in Copenhagen. I gotta look it up because I gotta give him a shout out.
Well, you do that. I'll remind our viewers and our listeners that you can go to KurtisConner.com. That's Kurtis with a K, by the way. KurtisConner.com.
Thank you.
For tickets, and check him out on YouTube at Kurtis Conner. The U.S. leg starts August 14th in Salt Lake City, Utah. It ends in Philadelphia November the 9th. And this is following sold-out shows in Australia, New Zealand, and all parts of Europe as well. And the Canadian leg begins November 15th in Ottawa. It ends with some shows in Toronto where you're filming a comedy special as well, which is kind of cool. We can get into that.
Okay. I don't know if I can pronounce. This is DR Concerthuset. Okay, but it was beautiful, and they showed us the like king of Denmark.
Really?
Like came
to your show?
No, he has his like own like suite in the theater where he could like watch like operas. I guess he like comes out and waves at people when he's like before the show starts, and we got to see it, and it was like nicer than any like apartment I've ever seen ever. It was like crazy. It was like all like wood and like it was crazy. And I just loved Copenhagen as well. It was very cool, and the show was great, and the theater was beautiful, and it was like kind of like all around, like to the sides even. Like it was just felt like very
an old style opera house.
Yeah. It was really, but it was like very new too. So it was like, it was really cool. So shout out to them also.
So while you're doing that show, did you look up at the suite and think, "Oh, King, come on"?
Yeah, where's the King at? Yeah, I know.
Doing King stuff, obviously.
I know. a little offended. He could make his way for the opera, but not the YouTuber. Totally. Yeah.
What are you most looking forward about the Canadian tour? It must be special to be, doing your thing on home soil.
Yeah, super stoked. I mean, I'm excited to not go through customs. That's going to be great. I don't have to bring my passport or talk to a border agent. That's going to be great. But no, I just think I just think people are especially in places like, in the main message I've received from people is like, no one ever comes out here, so thank you. And like those are usually the best shows because people are just like stoked to be there. So I'm excited for that. And it's just like, I think people, you know, because I am Canadian also, I think people are just like, they're down to, you know, just show support and just be extra excited to be there. So, yeah, very, very, very excited for those.
What's next for you? Like, you've got this YouTube thing, you got the stand-up comedy thing. What else is on your, you know, to-do list?
Well, I always... Yeah, so I think the main priority this year is just finish out the tour, tape the special, and then early next year, I think we're going to focus on just like packaging and shopping the special around just to like maybe get it on a streaming service, because that's always been like a goal of mine ever since I started comedy. So that's the goal there. And then, just I have like some bigger YouTube video ideas that I've been wanting to try out or like just kind of dive into, but I just haven't had the time because of like, you know, I have tour coming up, so I don't really have too much off time, and this videos that I have are going to take like probably weeks of like prep and filming and editing. So I definitely want to focus on those next year. I want to enjoy my time at home as much as I can and just kind of, you know, take it easy and work on writing the next hour, and because I can't do this hour anymore once I tape the special. So and yeah, I mean, I have a few other things I want to you know try to get going. I have like a movie idea that I want to write, hopefully. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think it'd be really fun, and I've never done it before, and I have, it's just an idea, like I think about it like every night before I go to bed. I just like, it's so like, it's in my sorry, I almost screwed. That's good. It's in my head. So I can't, and once you have an idea like that, I feel like you just have to get it out. Yeah. So, I want to devote some time to that as well. And just sort of, just try to take more time with my content, I think. And, really just make it, quality over quantity, I think. Yeah.
Is there a part for a news anchor in this film? Hint, hint.
Oh, yeah, totally. Totally. No, I mean, probably. I don't see why not.
Okay, well, we'll wedge it in there somehow.
Yeah.
Listen, you've been an awesome guest here today. You've had a wonderful career thus far. Can't wait to see what's next for you. Thanks for joining us on the Newsmakers podcast.
Thanks so much for having me. Yeah, this is great.
It's Kurtis Conner. Check him out online, kurtisconner.com. Get the tickets to the Goodfellow World Tour on that website as well. And thank you for checking out the Newsmakers podcast, and a big thank you to the All-Star cast behind the scenes as well. If you like today's episode, click the thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave a comment. You can catch the Newsmakers podcast on chch.com/podcast and wherever you get your favorite podcasts.